Imagine a city vibrant and alive, where streets hum with the sounds of merchants haggling, scholars debating, and artisans crafting masterpieces. Towering structures pierce the sky, symbols of innovation and grandeur. It is a society at its peak, a beacon of human achievement. But now, fast forward a few centuries, and the same city lies in ruins, buried beneath layers of sand and time, forgotten by all but a few. How did something so mighty crumble so completely? This is the story of ancient civilizations, their meteoric rise, their astonishing achievements, and their ultimate collapse. Let's start with one of the most enigmatic civilizations in history, Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. Over 5,000 years ago, in the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, humans learned to control nature. They built irrigation systems, turning arid deserts into lush farmland. Cities like Ur and Babylon emerged, brimming with innovation. The Code of Hammurabi, one of the earliest legal systems, set the foundation for justice as we know it. But behind the splendor lay fragility. The very rivers that had nurtured Mesopotamia's rise also sowed the seeds of its downfall. Uncontrolled flooding, salinization of soil, and relentless invasions chipped away at its stability. By the time Alexander the Great arrived, much of Mesopotamia's greatness was already a shadow of what it once was. And then there's Egypt, a civilization so powerful it made the sands of the Sahara dance to its rhythm. For over 3,000 years, the pharaohs ruled, commanding vast armies and building monuments that defied time. The Great Pyramid of Giza, a marvel of engineering, stood as the tallest man-made structure on Earth for nearly 4,000 years. Yet even Egypt was not immune to decline. The Nile, once their greatest ally, became unpredictable. Famine swept through the land, and external forces from the Hyksos to the Romans took advantage of their weakened state. One moment Egypt was the center of the known world, the next it was a province in someone else's empire. The story of the Indus Valley civilization is one of mystery. Flourishing around 2500 BCE in what is now modern-day Pakistan and India, cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were marvels of urban planning. They had grid-like streets, advanced drainage systems, and evidence of a society that valued equality. Yet no grand monuments or palaces dominate their ruins, and their script remains undeciphered, shrouding their story in silence. What we do know is that around 1900 BCE, the civilization began to decline. Climate change, shifting rivers, and the gradual encroachment of neighboring cultures all played a role. By the time anyone noticed, the once thriving Indus Valley had faded into obscurity. But perhaps no rise and fall is more dramatic than that of the Maya. Deep in the jungles of Central America, the Maya built vast city-states like Tikal and Palenque. Their achievements in astronomy, mathematics, and architecture were nothing short of extraordinary. They tracked celestial movements with such precision that their calendar remains a source of awe and intrigue. Yet around the 9th century, the Maya began to abandon their cities. Theories abound: prolonged droughts, overpopulation, deforestation, and internal strife all likely played a role. What's haunting is how swiftly their world unraveled. One by one, the cities fell silent, consumed by the jungle they had once tamed. Closer to the Mediterranean, we find the tale of the Minoans, a seafaring civilization centered on the island of Crete. Their palaces, like the one at Knossos, were filled with vibrant frescoes, evidence of a society rich in art and culture. But their end came with a twist of geological drama. Around 1600 BCE, the volcanic eruption of Thera, modern-day Santorini, unleashed devastation on an unimaginable scale. Tsunamis followed, wiping out coastal settlements, and the ash cloud disrupted agriculture. Though the Minoans tried to rebuild, their weakened state left them vulnerable to invasion, and eventually they vanished. The story of Rome is one of the most enduring lessons in history. What began as a small city-state on the banks of the Tiber grew into an empire that stretched from Britain to the Middle East. Roads, aqueducts, and the rule of law united its vast territories. But the seeds of Rome's fall were sown long before the empire crumbled. Political corruption, economic disparity, and the relentless pressure of barbarian invasions eroded its foundations. In 410 CE, the unthinkable happened. Rome was sacked. By 476, the Western Roman Empire was no more, a stark reminder that even the mightiest can fall. So what unites these stories? Why do great civilizations rise only to fall? History suggests a pattern. Environmental degradation, overextension, inequality, and internal divisions often pave the way for decline. But there's another, more human reason: hubris. As societies grow powerful, they sometimes forget the fragility of the systems that sustain them. They push the limits, believing their golden age will last forever. Yet history whispers a warning: nothing is permanent. And yet, even in their fall, these civilizations leave behind something priceless. Mesopotamia gave us writing. Egypt taught us to dream big. The Maya and the Indus Valley showed us the value of balance and innovation. Rome gave us the concept of law and governance. Their ruins may crumble, but their lessons endure. So, the next time you see the remains of an ancient city or read about a long-lost civilization, remember this: they are not just relics of the past. They are mirrors, reflecting the possibilities and perils of human ambition, and perhaps if we listen closely, they might just guide us toward a future where our own rise does not end in ruin.